So Jason J was with some very interesting presenters at TVC, and he was answering questions regarding the fish thing, and he reiterated once again that it was disrespectful for Dede to refer to him as fish. I mean, no matter what the situation is, even if you're friends, he says he's big on friends, and even if you're friends, or even if I'm playing a game, you wouldn't be calling me a fish. I mean, thinking about it right now, even as a person, if somebody referred to me as a fish, I'd be like, I don't understand. Is it that? Because even in Nigerian parlance, if you want to abuse somebody, you could say they have fish brain. Fish brain means that, I mean, fish doesn't even have brains in the first place. So to tell you that the abuse is just is just limitless. It's something that is condescending. So when you refer to somebody as fish, there's an element of, say, they play you that follows up. Remember that? So along those lines, it's justified for, Jason to be angry about how Dede referred to him as a fish. Let me even play back for you the interview. And then the part where Dede was asked by Ebuka about the three fishes thing. And I would also let you know how I feel about the way Ibuka asked the question, and how I also think that Big Brother influences the show. Let's now listen to Jason first.
At what time you realized that you liked Dede? Because also there was what time you realized that you liked Dede? Because also there was also a confusion. Yeah, there was Dede one side. There was Sultana.
So Dede, she was the first person I got close with in the house until the fish thing happened.
So after the comment was made, what was your inner feeling?
Yeah, I just felt like, even as friends, that was disrespectful. And we've had conversations. I know how I treat my friends. I'm big on friends.
Then I want to know, why did you pick Doris? Doris was the first person you picked to join you in your room. Why?
So when I came in, Doris recognized me from the audition.
Oh, okay.
So the energy she brought forward, I just reciprocated. So she was the only person I felt comfortable with at that point.
And you were
So
head of
family
house
affairs.
like 3 times. How did that manage to happen? Which did you do it? Tell me.
Anyway, I'm really comfortable in spaces where they play games.
Okay.
So even before I went,
That makes it
right? Yeah, I'm very competitive. I'm very, very. In fact, I didn't know how competitive I was till I got into the house.
When you got into the house, who were the people, or who was the person you noticed? I mean, aside stories, that was a familiar face.
There was Culture,
Okay.
amazing guy. There was Rue Boy. So it's first 2 people that I felt like we got close. Then there was Dede.
That was the first one.
There was Culture, there was Rue Boy, and there was Dede.
Anyway, I actually would love to see the full interview, because this guy, Jason, was the kind of guy who says his mind. Even if that mind when him they talk, in a wrong mind, he they talk him as they feel him. He know the feeling, but I like the guy. So maybe you could head over to their platform on YouTube to watch it, the full interview. Maybe if there's anything from there that is quite interesting, I'll bring it up. Now, let me go back to when Ebuka asked Dede about the 3 fishes thing that I thought, frankly speaking, was not necessary, because it was a private conversation with Mide. And then you are now asking her, why did you refer to them as 3 fishes? Is that it? Like, why would you be doing that? It didn't make a lot of sense to me, because you are thwarting somebody's game. Somebody can be out playing a game. After all, it's a game anyway. And any way you can play a game to win it, you play a game to win it. Don't be the one to skew. Because as soon as that question was answered about Dede referring to 3 of them as 3 fishes, Coin decided to disappear. This guy, Jason himself, said, if it's better, make I go to the least person in the house where I don't really want to stay with, than to come to a Dede who refers to me as a fish. Let me get back those videos. So it was the response that most likely made, spoiled a bit of Dede's game. Now, watch this.
So you call them your three fishes. I mean, on the one hand, when you say three fishes, it looks like they're just a pawn in your game. So are they friends, or are they gameplay for?
Yeah, I like her, but it's ups and downs. So as of that moment, that was how I felt.
So you liked, but now you like again.
Ebuka is emotions at the end. Ebuka is emotions. It's emotions at the end of the day. So.
When you talk to me, you call them your three.
This is you liked.
So why?
It was a game we played, and
Okay, so Jason is on his own. It's okay for him to be angry that he was referred to as a fish, and so you don't say something and then expect that people don't interpret it in the way that they think. After all, you didn't say it in their faces. If you had said it in their faces, you, my number one fish, you're my number two fish, you're my number three fish. We know that, oh, well, you're referring to them as fish. Maybe when they call you cat or call you cow or goat, you know that that's what you're doing. So when you refer to them as fish, it's okay. So you don't go to your friend and say, these are my three fishes. And then in your head, you now say, since they are my three fishes, I'm going to, it looks like you are playing them. You are using your pawn to play them, game. Because anybody you refer to as a fish in Nigeria just thinks that you're trying to play them. That's on one hand. Was it really necessary for Ibuka to ask that question at that time? It's a game, isn't it? So when people try to play their game, and instead of Ibuka to enhance it, or maybe better still, be quiet about it. Why ask that question in that manner? That behind them, you refer to they come to you as friends in the open, but behind them you call them three fishes. When you immediately he said that, watch their behavior. Queen said, in fact, I know they do it. In fact, I may have been a fool for this girl. I won't do whatever it is I'm doing this girl. I'm not going to chase anymore since she wanted to use me. That's why Queen landed in Isabella's bed. Even though Queen didn't like Isabella, it's just that make be like, say, I don't get baby inside house. They call it fun and coping mechanism, both of them. Secondly, let's go with Jason. Of course, was also feeling really betrayed. If you look at Jason's face, you go to say, "Man, this girl don't use me. Kai, I F up." And there are other ladies that it would have been easy for him to wrap his head around or be friends with or do stuff with, but this lady turned around and is calling him a fish. This one I know good. Even if I'm going to engage with her, it's going to be on a certain level. That is the decision Jason took. If you watch that show very well, then the third person, who is Kola didn't mind, but there was also a caveat with Kola's own. Remember, Kola had told Bright Morgan and Mide that you know what, I'm going to break this girl's wing. There's this bet that they did that he was bragging that this lady, I'm going to break her wings and all that. So it looks like there was something in between, like something Kola had on her that he needs to break. And for the fact that there was a kiss around somewhere somehow, so it gave him that urge that, oh, this thing can come to fruition. So it happened that it never did, and this Dede was playing her perfect game. Who thought that, look, instead of chasing away these guys or maybe not being friends with them, bring them up, bring them on, and knock knock their heads up and let them come after you. And that is somewhat the things that some ladies do these days. They would lead you on, because that is exactly why some persons are angry with Kola. Some persons are angry with Kola, that even when they talked about this three fishes thing, the other two guys zoned out and say, forget about this thing. In fact, Koin's own went straight to you are an evil twin. You are evil twin, and he just zoned that lady out straight to friendly location. So if I meet you at the see my sister, I don't really send you. Jason own, went straight to the next available lady, who was Isabella. No, Sultana, and of course it now culminated into the dancing on the cock thing that we saw on live TV. So some ladies, the reason why most ladies love Dede, beyond her style, her personality, and her well-spoken and well-behaved attitude, that thing that she did with guys is one of the reasons why most ladies like her. Yes, because most ladies love it when that has always been about guys using girls, sleeping with girls, so many girls. But this time around, this girl is not giving in to any of them, but she's playing three of them at the same time. That is one of the reasons. I'm not saying that's one of the reasons why some girls are, because in her space, one lady said exactly the same thing, and I just thought that this is it. Even before that space conversation happened, the lady said, "Oh, you know what? That you embody what I am at your age at the time. That the way and manner that she was able to roll her way through the guys. That in fact she so loved it, and that she respects her, and she's a decent lady, and all of those kind of words, which was okay. But my point that I'm trying to get from all of these is, even if I call ladies in the house my three fishes, is it not a game? When the game is going to end anyway. So if I call them three fishes, for crying out loud, why would Ebuka, who is part of the production of the program, now scuttle my game by saying that kind of thing on national TV? There could have been any way you'd have asked that question. There could have been any way you would have made it look like, so this thing is not genuine. Yes, you may have asked Jason, do you see a future? Do you like Dede to the extent of having a relationship? Dede, amongst these three persons whom we have seen you with, who amongst them would you think you could? So that way it doesn't look like you are Scotland, because as it was, Dede's game started having K-leg from that moment that thing happened. Those guys started, letting her be and isolating her. So all the things they were doing together, started being, too fragmented or too, animated. It wasn't as though that, okay, this person is my friend, I'm open to discussing, because you don't know the one way they do with, it could be like, say, you don't dance inside the pond of the lady. Yeah. So this is how I feel that Big Brother influences the show in some way. So somehow too, I feel that except it's something that has to do with life and death, or maybe a lie, then I don't think Ibuka should be asking that kind of question, especially when it pertains to someone's personal game of getting ahead. And truth be told, how she answered that question was, I don't know, not so not so genius, because you were talking to Mide and saying to Mide that these are my three fishes. You might as well, not even say that, no comment, or maybe even deny that you didn't say it, or maybe say the three fishes you're referring to isn't what he was thinking, because he had already said that, oh, these people are her pawn. God, it was just so terrible, man. It was messy, and from then on, I didn't think that those guys were okay with what was referred to them as three fishes. Tell me what you think in the comments. I would love to hear from you as always.